Hello everyone. This video will be based kind of on what I did before. I did one on insomnia. Someone's talking about they had insomnia. Somebody that was on my classmates.com, whatever. Remember that old site? Anybody still remember that? It came out a long time ago. You could buy your yearbook and you could talk to people that went to school at the same time you went to, and then what they've been up to, what you've been up to. You put a new photo of yourself, not a nude photo, a new N-E-W, not N-U-D-E photograph of yourself on there, and people say, "Hey, looking good," or "Wow, you sure look old," or "Hey, you're old, I'm young," blah blah. All the jokes. "Hey, you're fat," you're whatever. But anyway, so I did that, but this lady had really bad insomnia, so I told her I said, "Well, I don't know if I had insomnia because do you really have that? Do you have trouble sleeping, or do you have insomnia? Do you suffer from depression, or are you depressed this week? It's kind of like that. Do you have this kind of a disorder, a sleeping disorder, an eating disorder, or do you sometimes eat too much and have trouble sleeping?" So I just don't know. But I gave her the whole thing about what I did to overcome that, and if you want to go back that way, or I'm going to put in the comment sections below that video on insomnia, or you can always search on my channel anything that I've put out. You can always just search it. You can put David lost 108 pounds insomnia, or David lost 108 pounds, what I drink, or and most of them are in playlist. If it has, if I make more than one or two videos on the same topic, it'll be a playlist. Like I have one for Christmas decorations right now. I filmed a couple of Christmas things, a tree lighting ceremony, some Christmas. It was right before Halloween, and I filmed a Christmas at TJ Maxx. I did one at way before Halloween. I did one, and they had their Christmas stuff up since September. I did one on Walmart in their Christmas decoration. So I put those into either some kind of a category, or I will. If I have more than one or two things, I put it there, because not necessarily are they in a series. I have one for restaurants, one for meals I cook, low carb meals that I make. Yeah, so that way you can find it, and it also you might say, "Oh, I kind of like that one at McDonald's. Oh, what's this, Taco Bell? There's one for Taco Bell. Oh, hey, Subway," and maybe you'll see one that you're not really thinking of. If you want me to do a certain restaurant, please let me know down in the comment sections here or on those videos. If you have any questions of what I did to lose the weight and to hopefully maintain it, I've been having a little difficulties due to some medical setbacks, but I'm doing better, and I'm actually able to get out there and exercise a little bit more. Not very much, but a little bit more. And I'm able to try to maintain those good numbers I had. I had really good numbers. I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I did have good numbers. Hopefully your numbers are good. But I started doing a lot better. They even thought I was starving myself. David, are you starving yourself? No, I just doing what you always told me to do. And don't eat all these high carbs, sugars, and snacks, and get out there and move around and exercise and do a lot of walking. Walking is really good for a diabetic. It's not good for diabetes. We want things that are bad for diabetes. We don't want diabetes to win. We want them to lose. You suck, diabetes. But yeah, it's the best exercise. But so I put them in different categories. Don't forget to please subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget, this is my birthday month. I'll be older. November 30th, I'll be turning 63 on the 30th of this month. Wednesday is Thanksgiving. Thursday is Thanksgiving. Wednesday I have a doctor's appointment, so hopefully I get some good news and then get back to being more active, because I'm just not as active as I was because of the health issue, the injury I suffered to my foot. But for my birthday, if you'd like to subscribe and say, "Hey David, happy birthday, I just subscribed," comment on this. You put on this video, you put on any of the videos that are on my channel. "Hey David, guess what? Happy birthday! I subscribed, I liked it, I shared." Maybe give me a comment on there. I need comments. Comments are really important. But also if I get good comments, that maybe will spark another comment. Maybe someone say, "Dave, I used to have trouble sleeping when I first got out of the military." I did that as well. I think a lot of us do have trouble with that. Yeah, so you might, and it's like, "Oh, me too. I was in the Navy, and I remember I was on a ship, and the lull made us sleep. First, I get really sick, and then that's the movement of the ship, and then I would be so relaxed I could sleep." And that kind of thing happens too. But this one's gonna be about sleeping and tricking ourselves to sleep. How do we trick ourselves? Trick or treat. Maybe you're gonna dress up as a clown and carry a bag and put some candy in there. I don't know, but please subscribe, like, share, comment. Comments are really important. But if you put some comments and ask questions and give hacks, give me a hack. What do you do to accomplish this? But this is about when you have to trick yourself to fall asleep. I was in the military, like I was saying earlier, and I used to get up about 4:30 in the morning. Even on Saturday and Sunday, I was so used to getting up at 4:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. I would usually get up at 4:30. Sometimes I get below. There's like I told you guys about that. There's an old timer. He can't turn off his. He has to jump in the car. I see him walking up, and he has his keys ready, and he goes, jump in. But he's been doing it now for 7 years. I think we're used to it. No one really cares that happens. I mean, I don't live directly right there. I can hear it that loud. I don't know if it was outside my window, how loud would that be? But I find myself still getting up at 4:30 in the morning because of the fact I was programmed to do that. Today, what I did was I did a Zoom project from 9 o'clock in the morning to about 5:15 in the evening. We had breaks for using potty. Boop, 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 boop. If it's a Zoom thing about let's say a focus group about diabetes, you can say, "Hey guys, gotta go pee, wee wee," and they understand. But this one was not about that, so they don't understand. And I didn't really have to take any extra breaks for that. But I didn't exert any energy. I sat in a chair. My breaks were, okay, we're going to take a 10-minute break. I get up, use the bathroom, make a cup of coffee, come back, sit down, start drinking the coffee. That's the extent of my exercise today. So I will be going out about 7 o'clock, which is about 45 minutes right now, and just go to do my side hustle, which will be Grubhub and Uber Eats. I may not get any orders. I don't know how it's been today. Has it been busy? It's a lot of sports, a lot of college football yesterday, but it never really hit. I was busy when it wasn't football time, and then as soon as it's football time, I was no longer busy. You never know. But this is about tricking yourself. So I found myself sometimes on a day like this, or when the time changes, I was getting darker earlier, or lighter earlier, or lighter in the morning, or earlier sunset and earlier sunrise, or later, or whatever. Maybe weather. It's rainy. It feels really good sleeping weather, but then thunder, whatever. Sometimes you're stressed. We all get stressed. But I was thinking, what can I do to force myself to go to sleep? Well, one thing I do is I try to limit my caffeine. That's tough because I do like drinking coffee. No coffee in here right now. I allow myself to drink coffee until 7 p.m., but I think I have about 14 cups of coffee trying to stay awake in that Zoom interview all day for those many hours. But I found there is a way to trick myself. Now, a lot of people say, well, I'm going to take some Z-Quell, or I'm going to take this little sleeping pill that they gave me at the NyQuil, or a sleeping pill I got from the doctor's office. But I think I don't really want to do that. Like I said, I don't want to take another pharmaceutical. That's why I came up with my treatment for my neuropathy. They were going to put me on some more medications. And I said, well, God, why do we get neuropathy? And I figured out why we get neuropathy. And I thought, wow, what if I can find a way to combat that reason and no longer get neuropathy? Would that be better for my life, for my existence, for how many more years I have to not have to put one more chemical in my body? Not to say anything is wrong. If I need to take that medication, I will. And I discussed it with my doctor. Like I always say on these, always discuss this with your doctor. If you have chronic problems sleeping, you may need to talk to a doctor. It may be a psychiatrist. It may be a psychologist. It may be a medical condition. I'm a side sleeper. I sleep on my side. I know that you guys all want to know that. But anyway, I'm a side sleeper. When I had the bone infection in my foot and I was in the hospital for 9 days, I had to sleep on my back because I had to elevate the foot, for this treatment that I was going through. And then I had to elevate my foot for 6 weeks. Really, that was really tough when I slept because I was a side sleeper. So I had to learn to do that. But there's all kinds of factors that can happen on how do I trick myself and how can you trick yourself, and talk to your doctor first, of course. And if you have any chronic problems, they always say, well, if this happens chronic, or if it persists, if you have a persistent cough, you cough on Monday, you cough on Tuesday, on Wednesday, Thursday, and then on Friday it's gone. Is that okay? Did you wait too long? I don't know. A lot of times things always feel like, that was working. That's nothing. That's a little sneeze. That's a little, I got a little blister on my foot. I almost lost my leg because I had a little blister on my toe. It was actually a little rock, probably about the size of, I don't know, maybe that big, probably smaller than this tip of the Sharpie, the tip of the Sharpie, maybe about that big. And it caused me a little bump on my toe, a little pull. Almost lost my leg. Bone infection. All it needs. You're diabetic. Here comes a bone infection. But so when does it become chronic? When does it become a problem? So what I discovered is this. I trick myself to sleep. You may notice this. Do you notice this? Tap, 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 tap. Do you notice that you should subscribe? No, tap, tap, tap. Do you notice this? You can't sleep at night. You can't sleep at night. You can't sleep at night. What happens? You can sleep during the day. Why? Because you're exhausted. You're exhausted. You know, you're driving down the road and you start falling. Oh my God! I'll never fall asleep behind the wheel again. Whew. And then you drive into the half a block. I'll never, you know, and stop for coffee and sleep in the car. Whatever. Why can we do that? Why can I take a nap, but at night I can't sleep? Why? Well, a couple things. At night I'm sleeping for the night. The nap is usually due to the fact that I'm exhausted. I'm really sleepy. And they say, don't nap. Don't ever nap because you'll be able to sleep at night. That's not always necessarily true. You may never nap. And then each night you go to bed to sleep 8 hours and you get 4 because you toss and you turn. You can't fall asleep, whatever. So you might only get 4 hours of sleep, maybe 5. What if that happens and then you continuously going along? That's going to be a problem. They say Donald Trump only sleeps about 4 hours a night. Now look at that guy. But anyway, so we don't want to do that. We don't want to only sleep 4 hours. And then you think, well, what I'm going to do, instead of going to bed at 11 and get up at 7, I'm going to go to bed at 9:30 and get up at 7. That way I have time to fall asleep. Nope, you're just longer trying to go to sleep and you toss and you turn. So I found that I could just fall down asleep. If I'm really that tired, I could come home, all my clothes are on, the lights are on, the computer's on, my phone is not on silent, it's going to ring, my dog barking, whatever. I turn the fan on and I collapse into my bed. That's it. I'm gonna go to sleep. Lights are on, the computer's on, you know, beep, I hear her making noise, my phone, ding. I don't care. I'm just gonna sleep. I can take a nap because I don't have to take a nap. I don't have to sleep. You have to eventually sleep at night, but during the day, you don't have to sleep. So I'll have my shoes are on. I don't, you know, I'm telling you right now, if you do this, if you try to cheat yourself to sleep at night, you might want to wear your PJs. But I leave the light on. I leave the fan on, blowing some air around. I do have that little white noise thing. I haven't really had to force myself to sleep. I haven't had to trick myself. Oh, it startled me. I'm sound asleep. What? I'm dreaming, right? I'm not counting sheep. They always show the sheep jumping over. Can they really jump that high? They always show them on the cartoons of the fence this way. And they always jumping over. 1, 2. What you're doing by counting sheep or counting in your head or deep breaths. They say breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. So maybe like, you know, in, out, in through your nose, out through the mouth, and each time you'll in your brain count 1, 2, 3, like that. But I just collapse in the bed, and if I don't fall asleep, I don't fall asleep. And I also notice this, when I take a nap, I always just collapse like this, you know, pull this, if I want to have a sheet. If not, it's usually head on the pillow, fully dressed, shoes still on, and I'm on my back, and I fall asleep. Yeah. If I get really tired, I sleep in my car, roll the windows down, and just sleep because there's no requirement for me to sleep. It's not like they don't say, you know, 9 out of 10 doctors say if you take a nap, take it for 8 hours, and also sleep 8 hours a night, you know, and drink 8 glasses of water. Everything's based on 8, right? They don't know where the 8 glasses of water came from. But I trick myself to sleep. Yeah, just trick myself to sleep. I can do that during the day. Why can't I do that at night? Trick myself to sleep. Like I said, I put a pad of paper and a pen. If something really bothers me, I have a pad of paper and a couple of pens in case one doesn't write. And I go, oh, I gotta remember to call about to schedule that smog check. And then I'll remember in the morning. Maybe I won't. So I get up, whoop, smog check. Sometimes I write it like, well, what's this? And the next morning, but I wrote it down so it's out of my mind. It's on the paper, and now I'm asleep. So I can sleep that way if I want to. I can force myself, I can trick myself to sleep for all night, just like I do the nap. The only difference is I'll set my clocks during the day. If I take my nap and I don't want to set a clock, I'm not gonna set a clock. But usually what I do is I'll set my clock for 30 minutes and take a nap. Some people say you have to have like 2 REM cycles, wherever that's usually 1 hour, and they suggest you take a nap for 1 hour if you're gonna take a nap. I usually do about 30 minutes. and then I'm okay to go. There's another trick you can do if you have to be alert, physically, mentally alert. Go get a nice hot cup of strong coffee. So if you usually put, maybe you use instant coffee, use a round, like a flat tablespoon, use a big heaping tablespoon of the coffee. Maybe use milk, maybe use half and half, maybe use whatever coffee mate. I don't know what you use in your coffee, and drink a big cup of coffee and go to sleep about 30 minutes. Well, we say between 20 and 30 minutes, because what happens is that coffee, that caffeine is going to hit your bloodstream while you're asleep, and you'll wake up at the same time that caffeine is hit. So you get that little 30-minute nap or whatever, and that caffeine hits at the same time. People say, why would I want to drink coffee right before I'm going to go to sleep? You probably wouldn't want to do that when you go to sleep for the night, but if you're going to take a nap and let's say you're driving and you fall asleep, pull over, get a nice, not to endorse Starbucks, go to Starbucks, maybe AM, PM of the coffee at the convenience store, 7-Eleven, get yourself a cup of coffee, drink it. You don't have to have iced coffee so you can chug it, but just drink it, and then 20 minutes nap, whatever, and you wake up and boom, it's gonna hit that bloodstream almost exactly right at 20 minutes, and you'll be fine. But anyway, what I do to trick myself, and this lady was asking me, she said, I tried what you did. I don't have caffeine after 7. I try not to worry. I do my breathing exercise like you do. That's the breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. I just concentrate. What I always do is I say, don't think. You can never make it. If you try it when you're a kid, I'm not going to think of anything, and then you try not to think of what you're doing. You're thinking about not thinking, and you're thinking. So what I do: paper, pen, sleep, and then I always convince myself this: if it's nighttime and I can't sleep, I'll be tired tomorrow. I'll take a nap. I say, okay, I'm just going to take a nap. And that takes away the stress of having to fall asleep. So a lot of times you're already a little bit stressed about something, and then you add the stress of not being able to sleep. Oh my God, I have to. You see this all the time on sitcoms. I got to get some sleep. I got to get some sleep. I got to get some sleep. I got to get sleep. I got to get sleep. And, okay, what if you don't? You're going to be tired the next day. What are you going to do? Take a nap. And you get this bad cycle. But, if you can just, got a pad, paper, pen. I got my alarm set. I have two. I have my alarm on my phone, which is right here. I also have this one here. Boop, 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 boop. Not to endorse the Sharp company, but this one does work well. And I sleep with the lights on. If I find myself not able to fall asleep, fans on, lights on, computer on, everything's on. Dirty dishes in the sink. I take care of the pets. I feed the dog. I feed the cat. They're all taken care of. But for me, and asleep. And that's what I do. I trick myself to sleep. Clothes on, lights on, computers on, everything's on. A lot of people want to watch television until they fall asleep. I don't do that, because what if I get interested in the show? And I put my phone far enough away that I don't pick it up, because it's going to ding. It's going to go ding. Or maybe somebody's going to write me. Sometimes people will write me something on my channel, on this channel that you're watching right now, this channel that you should subscribe to, you should like, you should share, and you should comment down below. But I'll hear it. And I know what it is, but I ignore it, because I know that I can take that nap. I don't really wear PJs. I wear boxer shorts. I wear boxer shorts and no shirt, and no shoes, and no fuzzy bunny slippers. And if it was at nighttime, I would do that. I would just set the clocks and go to sleep. And I just force myself to, not force myself at this point, I'm not forcing myself at all. It's exactly the opposite of that. I just go to sleep. And it works out just fine. So hopefully that helps you trick yourself to sleep. What? Can you trick yourself to sleep? And things too. You may think, oh my God, I'm going to try to trick myself to sleep. Yes. Yeah, it's fine. You're going to trick yourself to sleep. And you might think, well, I better not think about tricking myself to sleep. No. Think about tricking yourself to sleep and trick yourself to sleep. Just do it. Trick yourself to sleep. Take care, everyone. Hope this helps. Comments down below. Like, share. Hey, are you sleepy? And by all means, please subscribe. Almost my birthday, so for my birthday, subscribe. Take care, everyone.